This is the weekend of our trip to Alveston Hall, and on the Saturday we went on a coach trip to Shrewsbury. Um, this is just some of the countryside on the way there, just a little bit, but I know people do seem to like my filming this. Anyway, Shrewsbury, it's Shropshire, I think, isn't it? Oh, look at the wet fields. It's amazing how much rain there's been. Luckily, it was quite fine on the day that we went. The countryside was beautiful and really green, with all the water. Here we are, sort of coming into Shrewsbury. There, I think that's the castle, Shrewsbury Castle. There's all sorts of interesting things to see, but unfortunately, we didn't have that much time to see them all. We're just approaching the car park now. Some beautiful buildings there were, and it was strange to see the mix of these old. I think some of them were 14th century or something buildings, with the modern buildings, and some buildings that looked like they were built in the 60s and 70s, all mixed together. It's very interesting, Shrewsbury. There's quite a lot going on there because I don't really remember the 1984 film, The Christmas Carol. Well, apparently that was filmed in Shrewsbury. So they actually do tours around Shrewsbury of all the places that were used. Obviously, we didn't have time to go on one. But also in the graveyard, which again we didn't get time to go and see. But in the actual graveyard, there's actually an Ebenezer Scrooge grave. Obviously it's not a real grave, but it's what they used in the film, and the headstone and everything's still there. So I would have liked to see that, but we just didn't have time. It was lovely though. Anyway, I'll show you some of the things as we go around. This was going over from the car park over the river. Now this antique shop, we just had to go in it. It was amazing. It was like an Aladdin's cave. I think you could have probably spent all day in there. We sort of had a look round, but we were ages in there because there was so much to see. Absolutely beautiful things. All sorts of oddities as well, as well as all the beautiful, there was jewellery, trinkets, also everything you could think of, a proper curiosity shop. I thought that was funny. We are all mad here from Alice in Wonderland. I'll let you have a look at some of the things as we go round. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. This is how it's supposed to be. I don't know who painted those. Can you see the picture of John Lennon? There's a couple of Beatles. We can see. That was at the Stones. Right, we've come out of the shop now and we're just heading into the centre of Shrewsbury. See the beautiful buildings. It was all done up for Christmas, but obviously because it was daylight, they didn't have the lights on. It was a shame really, because I suppose they're trying to save electricity. But can you see how the buildings are absolutely beautiful, and then you see a modern building. It's a chance to start over new, 'cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. I don't think you can hear that noise. That's my dog just going for a drink. I'm doing this in the bedroom and I have some water up here for her, and she's just having a great big drink. But poor old Betsy, you're thirsty, darling. You can see, look at the Costa coffee shop in the really old buildings they were. Some of them were leaning a bit, but I would imagine they're all listed buildings. Now, somebody recommended this Christmas shop for us to go in. It was a very unusual Christmas shop. That was a bit like an Aladdin's cave. It wasn't as big as what I thought it'd be when you got inside, but honestly, it was amazing. They had the most beautiful things and the weirdest things, really. And I do believe you can order online from them. I think it was called Christmas Perks, but I'm sure if you Google Christmas shop in Shrewsbury, you can order online from them. I wasn't very good with the camera there, was I? Absolutely beautiful things, and some very weird things. Can you see all these? I don't know, I'd want those hung on my Christmas tree. But a lot of people probably would. They were unusual. Some beautiful things. You could really get carried away, couldn't you, buying Christmas things? I usually do. But I didn't buy anything, funnily enough. One of my friends bought, a beautiful gonk it was, like in blue sequins. It was really good. There were so many pretty things. These beautiful animals in silver and gold. A fox, an owl, and a squirrel.
Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately.
Those are absolutely beautiful, quite big they were. Those big gold baubles. That's just looking out of the window down the street.
This is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go.
It was absolutely packed, and I believe it's open all year round. Oh, we thought this was good. It was like a Freddie Mercury bauble. One of our bowling ladies' son-in-law, he's in a Freddie Mercury tribute act. In fact, he won on that Starstruck programme. He won the Freddie Mercury. Look, this is just a picture of the shop from the outside. Very unusual. Then we walked up the street. You can see some of the Christmas decorations. It's just a shame the lights weren't on. Then we went into this very tiny pub. It's a really tiny pub, and we went and had a coffee. It was really nice. We sat down and had a coffee. But then we found out, I'll show you in a little bit, that this was used in the filming of A Christmas Carol. It was the outside at the side. Obviously it's a listed part of it. I'll just show you now. Can you see? Now that's where she must have thrown something onto Scrooge out off there. That was actually used in the film. My film is not very good. There was actually a gate across it, so we couldn't actually go in. I suppose you had to go in from the pub, and we'd come outside that by then. It was interesting though. I would have loved to have gone on the tour around, to see where everything was filmed. This is just some of the other shop windows. Very pretty. Then we went down this street. We were looking for somewhere to get some lunch. Well, I'm saying lunch, it was quite late. There were lots of choices, but a lot were quite full. Look at this beautiful boutique here. It was absolutely beautiful in this shop. That was like another Aladdin's cave. It was packed to capacity with things inside. I was frightened I was going to catch my bag on something and knock it off, because there was quite a few people in there. and it was beautiful. It smelt absolutely amazing. And I asked him what was making that beautiful smell, and it was a candle, but apparently it was £75, so I declined from buying it. I don't think I got that much money with me all weekend. But it was lovely to see all the different things. I do wish I'd bought a nice bauble, because it's nice to have those memories on your Christmas tree. There was so much to see. They had some very, very unusual shops in Shrewsbury, or Shrewsbury. I think in Yorkshire we called it Shrewsbury. But oh, look at Mr. Fox. As I say, the smell in this shop was amazing. Those were the candles. They did smell amazing. I was just frightened of knocking something over. There was that much. Everything was so close together. There's so much in there. Here's the candles again. That was absolutely beautiful, that tree, that sort of tree thing. I think I might have repeated a couple of these photos. Isn't that a beautiful wreath? And this was a church that had like a craft fair on or something, like a Christmas fair. And we looked across at it, and then we decided to go and have a look round it. You'll see in a moment we did go across after looking at these shops. They're beautiful. This was another one that was beautiful inside. All sorts of different things. I thought these were cute. They were hugging one another. It's a place to go if you want Christmas decorations and you've got lots of money. I thought these gingerbread houses were lovely. It's just where you put everything, isn't it? Now this was the church spire, as you can see. I'm not very good at photographing it. But this was a church where the Christmas fair was on, and we decided to go across, as you'll see in a moment, and we had a look round. All the leaves on the ground. And it was absolutely beautiful inside this church. The ceiling, amazing. I love looking at things like this, all the old history. The windows were absolutely beautiful. I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. Just look at that ceiling. The windows again. And the font at the back of the church. Then we made our way back to the coach now. You know, we spent quite a few hours there. This was, we finally found the shopping mall. We went through it on the way to the coach. We didn't really go in any of the shops. We just walked down here for a bit first.
Come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Here we are, back on the coach.
I've been longing to hold you close.
Look at that there. I didn't quite know what it was.
How it's supposed to be.
The beautiful river.
Christmas memories. Oh, oh. La, 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 oh,
It's the River Severn, I think. Should have checked really. Look at all the footbridges across the river. We had to go on one over there from the car park, and it felt like it was swaying when you got to one point of it.
don't even care what we do.
So we're leaving Shrewsbury now, on our way back to lovely Ulverston Hall. I didn't show you much of Ulverston Hall. In fact, I don't think I've shown you anything of it because I did do a video on that last time we went. I might just put some of the Christmas decorations on at the end. You know, at the end I'll show you some of the decorations at the hall.
Christmas memories. Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased.